Hello. Today I'm going to talk about functional documentation testing. I'm Troy Howard. I work at Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at thoward37. So functional, what is functional doc testing? We talk a lot about testing. We talk a lot about metrics. A lot of times when we're talking about metrics, we're talking about structural metrics or activity metrics, engagement metrics, things like that. I care more about how functional my docs are. Are they getting what I want to get done? I was at Write the Docs EU, and I was talking to Riona McNamara at Google, and they're experimenting with some things there, and they got my brain turning, and I said, well, how can we do this at Twitter? How can we get away from the automated things that linters do, like spelling, grammar, headings, length of a document for our metrics of quality, and talk about the functional impact that it has on our customers? Are we doing a better job of delivering value to our customers? Does this thing even work? So the first step on that is a customer focus. You know, if you're writing your docs, you should start with a customer focus, and you should be able to answer questions like, who are your customers? Pick 3, not anymore. What are their use cases? Also pick 3. And what kind of customer outcomes are they looking to get from this documentation? An example of that might be, I write a software product and the users need to be able to install it on their machine to use it. So one of the outcomes is, you know, this installation doc helps them to get this file into this certain place and it's executable or something like that. And then what are some validation tasks that you can use to prove that outcome? A task might be, hey, person that runs Windows, install this thing on your machine and let me know if you succeeded or not. If you did, my docs work. That's pretty basic. So we tried to take that a little further and talk about a single metric around this called time to competency. So how long does it take for my user or my customer to acquire a particular skill or complete a particular task using my documentation? And this is actually, we can track like a bunch of different metrics around time to competency, and inclusive of that. First off, are they able to achieve competency at all? It's kind of a binary metric. And then if they are, how long does it take them to accomplish that? That's a time to competency. It's a number of minutes. We have some parameters on that. A lower number is better. Anything over 60 minutes is probably a bad thing. Probably over 20 minutes is a bad thing. Some other ones, can they do that self-directed, or do they have to go and reach out to another engineer or peer or customer or support channel to achieve that, or can they do it entirely with the docs? So we run user studies to determine these TTC metrics, and we track all of these things. And every time they ask for help, we kind of make a little tick mark and say, okay, they asked for help 3 times to get through this, or 1 time. And if that's going down, that's a good thing. Independent learning factor is another example of that. So self-directed is sort of a binary thing. Did they do it self-directed or not? And then if not, how many times did they have to reach out for help? And then we look at the change in time to competency when we do documentation investments. So as we're working on a doc, we'll measure it in the beginning, and then we'll look at the delta after we've shipped some changes and see, did this make accomplishing these tasks faster or not? And that's actually very useful from a cultural perspective. When we go to have conversations with our engineering managers, a lot of times they push back and say, we don't want to take the time to invest in docs. We don't want to hire a writer. We don't want to spend time with our engineers working on docs. And so a lot of times, culturally, you have to push back against that. And this is one of those metrics that really, really helps on that, because you can say, hey, we took your vital customer experience from 20 minutes down to 10 minutes by applying these docs changes. That's really important. And it's a number that can show change over time if it gets worse, too. So that's all I have to say on that. I've actually got a lengthy blog post that I'm drafting. I'm going to put it out soon. If you want to talk to me about this, you can find me in the Unconf room downstairs. or find me on Twitter, send me an email, whatever you'd like to do. I'm also going to talk about machine learning downstairs in an Unconf topic. I'm starting to work on applying machine learning to docs and other aspects of documentation work. And another conversation that came up when I was down there earlier is branching factors and complexity in docs and other structural aspects. If you're interested in the machine learning part, I founded this conference back a long time ago, and I'm this year founding a new conference called ML for All, happening here in Portland. And I would like you to come, or at least go check it out and see if it's something you're interested in.